does, bro. Like you can't even classify it as industrial espionage because I don't think she knew exactly what the fuck she was doing. I know, but like she pieced on out of here. People are people, dude. Just because they do things doesn't mean that they sponge up as much as other people. That was the whole mentality was running away, so they didn't sponge like they should have. Bigger trades and whatever. Down that road and understanding that shit, you just talk to somebody. Sarah lost that battle, in a different way. I think Kimberly's got a lot of shit going on. Obviously, I don't even know. I can't even remember. Could be fake news. Who knows anymore?
No, dude, you were dropping this stuff and then running, man. You were like.
Oh yeah. No, you're talking about when I like dropped the shit and then he came like after me, wanting to know like where's the rest of it. Yeah, I remember that.
Me and you were pulling that one off. I was like Sidewinder 6.
Yeah.
Watching your back door, man, for signs of trouble.
Yeah. That is true. Thanks for being there for me.
Oh yeah, dude. I wouldn't have it any other way.
I'm trying to think of some of these other. I was gonna send you some funny clips today, but then in order to, just stay busy with production, I would like binge watch some videos and then
binge watch some videos, and then someone important would like walk into my office, and then I'd fire off like a really like demanding question that just like makes it seem that I'm just like just gosh, it's just wow, can't really figure this one out, Ted. Fucking, and I deploy those throughout the day, like one in the morning around 10, one in the afternoon right before lunch, and then one like after lunch to make it seem like we're just like crushing, we're just fucking just getting it, But not too much that it's like, oh, this guy fucking needs a baby cane, and not too little that it's like, where the fuck is Jonathan? I wonder, just staying right in that little sweet spot.
Do you have like a slide ruler on your desk, like an old like 1934 slide ruler?
No, it's all fucking digital. It's all spreadsheet. It's all so. It would help me if it was more tactical, and I even asked Rob, but he's got these PCs locked so down, I can't even install Minesweeper without fucking asking for a fucking admin's password, And, cause I was like, dude, I was telling him bro, man, I've got these controllers and these fucking doo-doo-boos and button mashers, and we could really streamline this process. I could have commands, and then he just really all you need is a mouse and a keyboard, so. And that's coming from a person who doesn't even do the job. So I'm over here thinking Matrix Zone, if it was VR, dude,
You ever just sit in the room with all your virtual reality stuff on in the sky?
Yeah, what the fuck? I just tell him, dude, okay, you've seen Minority Report, okay? I mean, just imagine that we're shuffling this shit in a more physical way, it would be awesome and more engaging, more interactive, maybe more challenging, but fuck, dude, I sitting here and just pointing and clicking after a while, but I do make it like a zone, and I do I put on good music, and I'm obviously tapping the keyboard to the beat, doing all these shit, kind of getting into a cool zone like that.
Do you have a lot of intense fluorescent lights that just kind of pull your soul right through your body?
No, I tend to, because that does cause a lot of eye strain. So I actually have a very, very intense blue light filtering and all this shit. Ow, I just stepped on a really sharp fucking nail. Screw, actually, a Tapcon screw. Concrete grade. Good news is we won't get any tetanus. But yeah, no, it's I do these blue light filters, and then everybody else is in these they're doing the high fluorescent games all day long. And they took one look at my computer, and they're like, how do you guys even work in this? You're in a dark room, your screen looks almost orange to us. And I was like, yeah, that's because your eyes are fried, you can't tell.
It's called macular degeneration.
I know. What looks bad to you is good to me. It's good for you, it's good for me.
Sound off, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, no, and then, everybody's been on this pre-workout and doing all this kind of stuff. I'm bringing it kind of old school. I just got Tang back in Concentrate. Remember Tang?
Oh, the breakfast drink from
Dude, it's like a kick in a glass, bro. Made every 90s skateboarder just want to go out and just rip.
It's high energy fructose.
Oh, it's just pure. I know, crystallized high fructose corn syrup. It's amazing. Dehydrogenated.
Dehydrated orange peelings.
Dude, it is too much, bro. Too much, but I'm about it. Tang, it's a kick in the glass. As well as, don't forget, its southern cousin, Country Time Lemonade, also comes in that delicious variant pack.
It'll make your smile sparkle.
Oh, dude, it's actually making my teeth hurt just talking about it. Cause whoever actually puts the right amount of, I think the same thing with Nesquik, right?
Nesquik was
I'd love it so chunky. Same thing with hot chocolate. 2, 3, maybe 4 packets.
Will Smith's with a little marshmallow already in it.
Yeah. I never really liked the fruity marshmallows. That's where I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this for like a children, like a girl's like baby shower? What the fuck is this? Like, it's like.
And I never went with the strawberry Nestle Quik either.
Ooh, yeah, there's something about artificial strawberry flavoring that does not hit. Like, that is not what a strawberry really tastes like. It actually, like, fucking almost hits my gag reflex. Like, I feel like I'm fucking, like, wow, like, it's like cough syrup. Oh, Dimetapp, cherry soda is kind of the same way. Can't do that, too much of that. Ooh.
It's like if it was the strawberries that were dehydrated and they were really just cardboard with some red food coloring and so that.
Yeah, it's just sugar. It's just sugar and food coloring. It's just a piece of cardboard. I know. Like exactly like those dinosaur eggs in my oatmeal. Any coincidence much? Fucking talk to me about that, Joe Rogan. Let's fucking talk about that. No, one of the clips I was gonna tell you was this dude. He's been a pro golfer for years, but now he's like made a comeback for some reason. I don't know, just because like honestly, I think he owns a clothing company, a golf company. But it's John Daly, and he's like a bigger guy. He got a big gut. He's like all bleached out white hair, and there's like a clip of him, and he's like pulling up to the course or whatever in his golf cart, him and his son or whatever, and he like pulls up, and he's got like some good old classic rock and roll blasting or whatever, and he steps out. He's got like a Miller and a pack of smokes in his front pocket. Bug shit-eating fly sunglasses on, and he steps out of the park, just absolutely finishes this beer with no stress or struggle, and then like pulls out a cigarette and he's like, all right, where's the first tee and what's the course record? And it's like the clip was like how to properly warm up with John Daly. And then the whole clip was, that's like the intro, and then the whole video is a 22-minute video where these guys go around and they play like $500 a hole, him and his son versus these other two guys, and then the whole time they do this kind of back-off challenge where they're talking shit the entire time that they're trying to take their swings and take their shots. Like, talking shit is absolutely okay. That's kind of the whole point of it, right? So they're just calling out his style and all that shit. That's not even that funny to me, but it's more, I just like watching his style of golf because it's like very American hero, like he's totally out of shape and huge beer gut and all this shit, but just kind of yeah, very bright, super bright colors. He's like totally crazy, and then they keep going along, like they go along or whatever, and then they do the first hole, and then he like pulls into his cart or whatever, and it's like I've seen a lot of things on golf courses, and obviously guys bringing their own alcoholic beverages, but he actually pulls out like a full bottle of like Kettle One, like fucking vodka, right? And he just takes it, and not chilled or anything. He just hits that like warm and hot, fucking no chaser. Just like pulls the cap off of it and like hits it, and then puts it back in the back like concealed, and then just like, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude. No mixing drinks, no foo-foo stuff. Yeah, like that was refreshing. And I'm trying to think about like, yeah, man, warm vodka, like a hit like that cooling sensation it has when it's warm, opposed to when it's all mixed with bullshit and stuff. I'm like, kind of a cleaner high. I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing there. Not all that like, what's in my Yeti and all that shit, just like straight up. as simple. I'm pretty sure he had it in his bag, you know, because golf bags have like all those nice compartments. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just sitting in his bag in the back of the cart, like easy reach. And yeah, it's funny. He wasn't hitting it all the time, but it would just come out every now and then, and it would just be. I'm actually quite intrigued upon that. That was funny. And then I saw some other just seeing a lot of good inspirational music stuff, a lot of great musicians out there. But in my head, the whole thing today was I wanted to come home and start cleaning up the place, you know, getting ready for Alex here in a couple days, and that'll be fun. And then I'm taking a couple days off work too, to just chill and decompress and relax. And he's a chill guy, man. He ain't like high intensity. No, he's like a very like introverted gamer, you know, still lives with his folks because his brother's got like Down syndrome, so he helps out with that. You know, he's just kind of more like quiet, not too quiet. You know, he.
Have you ever been on the Lexi bikes?
No, I don't think he has, but that's why I want to have those ready to rip. I want to have you know, obviously like I have whatever I have to offer. I don't think he's coming down looking. The only thing he was like said he wanted to do was just make music together, because we've done that like from afar and stuff. And he actually is quite a talented lyricist, much better than I am. My shit's just like emotional fucking dribble drabble. Uncontrolled chaos, right? But he's very good with lyrics and good with writing them, and I have obviously all these beats, all these instrumentals. He's actually done some lyrics over a song of mine, which has gotten a pretty good amount of plays from like our friends and family and whatnot. But yeah, so I definitely want to like have that happen. You know, I got the vocal mic, I got the setup here to fucking recording individual parts. Is exactly what my setup's like meant to do. Is take like one person at a time and put them on something and make it like really special. Now to have like the setup one day to like have a whole band be able to record at the same time, taking like 8 instruments, 4 mainly at the same time. You need a lot of space, you need a lot of this, but hey, you know, you could actually do it here. We have enough rooms, we have enough like separate areas, we could do it here. So there's no limitations, is what I want to say. Yeah.
Does he know what's her name?
Kimberly, he never met her face to face. They only knew like of each other. Ultimately, you know, he was the reason I was going to New York in the first place. She just happened to be a stop along the way. That ended up being like a longer stop. I think she kind of hitched a ride in many ways, but that's fine. Took an opportunity I was offering. So, but no, my buddy Alex, like, I mean, for someone that I had only known, it just really goes to show like the depths of like internet relationships right now, because I mean, I had only talked to him, you know, a couple hundred hours combined through years of gaming. I was like, dude, I'll come to New York. He also offered. He's like, you should come up here sometime. We'd have a great time. And I'm like, I took him up on that, man. You know. And he took me in like all my friends like that typically do, like a brother, like family, like, you know, night one, his family having me at the dinner table, you know, and everywhere. Oh yeah, and I mean, but it's not like the first time that's ever happened, because, you know, shout out one of my best friends, Tim Gill, growing up. I mean, he used to come over, they'd pick me up, we'd have dinner at their house, you know. I've always had good friends like that. Micah Kilgore and Lucas Kilgore, they would pick me up when times were a little tough, you know. Definitely, you know, but I've definitely had some people be there for me like that. So this is just, he was a new one of those. I knew his energy and how kind and how capable he was of that, and I wasn't looking for shit. Like, I rented my own car up there, and I was so ready to take care of myself, because you never know how people really are, right? Like, the home environment could have been crazy, or like, you know, or whatever. But the truth was, no. Like, Alex put me on like fucking family night one, and just, I mean, we slept in the same room. He put me like this, made me this little setup with this little like futon, little pull out, and I just felt so welcome and so loved. And
Remember when I set out the little Tatanka,
yeah, exactly, same thing, you know. And that's, you know, so it's like, I know when I'm being treated good or all that shit, you know what you want, know what you need. So he was really sweet, and everywhere we went, man, it was like everybody was nice. A lot of people, you know, New York gets a bad rap. I want to say that. A lot of people kind of like, you know, and I don't like that. I don't like that. You know, you should go somewhere, you should experience it, and you should make relationships with people that make you talk better about some place, other than just, you know, well, I'm just not going to go there. People from there are like that. You know, I would never say that about a place. Dude, he took me, I have to say, just even talking about the things in New York, you start to talk like a New Yorker. I mean, he took me to this place. It was like a 24-hour bakery, and they made like fresh bagels all night long. Any hour of the day, they're just doing this thing. And it was cold, you know, it was wintertime, and the doors are open, and as we're walking up, you could just smell it, and it was like 2 in the morning, and we got like baked fresh bacon, egg, and cheeses, like on these like fresh sourdough and whatever, like bagels. And then, you know, and he's like, I could tell like he was a food guy, you know. And see, I don't, maybe I was like never like, I don't care, you know. I look at food as sustenance. I've never really been one about like so enamored over food and shit. But you know, everywhere we go, he'd be like, okay, we gotta do it this way, and we're gonna do it like a kind of like, and I've heard this before, kind of like a typical. Now that was very New York of him, like, we're gonna do it this way, and you know, not controlling the situation, but I didn't mind it because this is his town. Tell me what's good. I want to know. Like, dose me up, and oh, it was great. And I had never even heard of this, but it was a super egg onion bagel. And I'm like, what is super egg onion? And there's actually egg yolk. The bagel itself was yellow because there was egg yolk in the bagel. I'm like, oh, wow. You know, and then he was like, and then like for dessert, he's like, we should do like a salt bagel with just cream cheese. And I'm like, wow, you are like, this is amazing, dude. This is great. Like, yeah, real foodie. And then, like, I mean, one of our last nights together, we went out. Like, this is his ideas. These aren't even my ideas. That he's like, I really want to take you out to, because we did something in the city. We did something kind of like out in Huntington Station where he stays. And then he's like, we really need to go out on the Whale's Tail, which is like Long Island. That's actually Long Island. It's all yeah, and he's telling me there's like wineries and there's all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, dude, like this is. So we pick up his buddy, who's like kind of like.
They surf out there.
Dude, oh, the water? I mean, I know it was a brief stay, and it was quick, but one of another thing. So he's got like a classic MGB, like British, like little race car that he works on from like from like 1963, and we drove that out to Teddy Roosevelt's fucking Montauk, not Montauk, Long Island summer home. Yeah. And walked around out there, and yeah, everywhere we went there was water. And I'm like, dude, there's fucking water everywhere. It reminded me of Door County. It reminded me of Sturgeon Bay, but it's just not as like it's like Canadian. It's weird, like not as Canadian. It almost feels like with the quarries and the rock. A lot more beaches there. It's beach, you know.
That Montauk Point, that is where like the wind would get a break out there like 40, 50 foot.
I could only imagine. And I do know the guys. I mean, that dude Ben Gravy.
Yeah.
That's where he surfs every day. Is Long Island on that one side.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's like an every day he's out there every fucking except when he's doing the novelty wave shit. You know, where have you seen him where he'll get behind a ferry and ride like a 1 foot wave for like a mile and a half.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's epic. Different kind of surf, you know. That's like, you know. And he did get the world record for surfing the wave in all 50 states. He found a wave in every state. Whether it was a ferry or a standing wave or a bore or a tidal shift. He got towed in. I think some of the other ones he got towed into some possibilities and scurfed, you know. Yeah, like he scurfed a lot of them. I know that, but the record is just to surf like a rideable wave of any form of any kind. So he, you know, Texas, he did the wave pool. You know, that was an easy one. But, I don't know. It's definitely on his YouTube channel, dude. I surfed a wave in every 50 state. He compiled them all together, and you can like watch every one. The other ones were like really sketchy, you know, because think about he did really stormy, windy shit, you know, to get that fetch wave on like a shore pound with rock, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a wave there, you know. It's if 9 times out of 10, if you've got 25 mile an hour winds across a big enough body of water on shore for several hours, you're gonna have a wave. And I also like that Weird Waves guy. I like watching his ones where he goes around and gets all stoked with people, talks to them about why they're surfing and what they're up to and all that, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people, man, waves
I know. Don't foil me, bro.
It'll be like this.
Baby Ruth, like I should do like I should put like chunk on a foil, like all fucking humperdextrous, like just like frothing a fucking non-existent boat wake.
His mouth just reduced into like a little fly's mouth, like a little proboscis.
Yeah, so that we don't get copyright infringement. You can just warp his face a little bit. But dude, I'm telling you, man, you know, foiling, it's all fun and games until we start like, let's talk about the dangers.
Until the regulator gets his face rearranged.
Poor regulator.
Regulating your face. What has happened to your fucking face?
Regulator. him out of the fucking chopper.
Get him out of the water.
Get him out of the motherfucking. Get him out of the fucking. Get him out of the fucking water.
He's got some sort of like. What did he have, man? He had
Did he say nitrogen? Nitrogen?
Yeah.
Nitrogen psychosis?
Nitrogen psychosis. Get him out of the fucking water.
Get him out of the fucking water. Klaus.
Klaus, played by William Dafoe.
Yeah.
Get him out of the fucking water. He's got nitrogen psychosis.
Old Willie Defoe. Old William, dude.
Sounds like fire brigades.
Who, by you or me?
Me. Did you have siren by you?
Nah.
I was over here, down by the beach.
Down by the no-no zone.
Yeah. Tiny is too big this shit.
Oh yeah, how was the trade-off? Quick, brief?
Yeah, it was quick and
Well, he's always got a doctor's appointment, right?
yeah. You can come by tomorrow. You can come by later and hang out with me. And I thought it's just a way for him to abuse me some more, man. You know?
Yeah. Target practice. Yo, so I come over and I target practice later at 4:30.
It's like, you know, I gave him the shit I didn't know what to do with. You know, like dad's false teeth, dad's glasses, and all that shit. You know.
Damn, that's mementos. But does he even want that, or does he want other shit?
No, he says I want that fucking shit. I said, now I know.
Well, this is what, yeah, and then you're just like, well, this is what you were so butthurt about, right? You know?
Yeah, if I would have thrown away dad's chomper, you would have said, well, what about dad's false teeth, man?
Can't win with the guy.
I'm done with the whole voodoo, and the Wicca, you know, she's like some sort of a Wicca guru. Just done with all that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's just bullshit, man.
Yeah, not to mention, like, after everything we've learned about false idols.
Nah, it's just stupid. It's not even fucking real.
Tell me something that's real. I want to know something that's real.
Just done with it, man. Tired. Taking this new stuff is like, new generation tea. It's supposed to be like a testosterone enhancer for male men. Not that I got any problems in that area, but I could be suffering from low testosterone. Seems like I'm a little bit more emotional than I should be.
Either that or you're just, feeling all the things you're feeling. Come on, you know. You got a lot to feel, you know.
Yeah. I don't like those feelings. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I do.
I don't like those feelings. I'm done with that. I can't deal with it anymore right now.
Well, there's a lot out there that can make you feel bad. You know, I was talking about. Well, I was watching a video on a guy who actually I always see him as more of just always just taking things so light and so crazy and so stupid. And I guess it was part of his podcast where he actually was opening up more about like his relationship with his father and where he came from as a child and stuff like that. He was really great. So I was gonna send it to you. You know, obviously not everything he said wasn't. I didn't want to stumble you or make you think I was assuming anything for our relationship or you or your father's relationship. It was more just I thought some of the things he was saying like kind of hit because they were realizations. He was kind of talking himself through his process, and he is going through like AA right now too. And all these other things. So I just thought it very inspirational, hearing kind of what he was thinking and how he was handling some of these situations. And one of the things he said was, that was kind of funny, bringing some humor to it though, was like, you know, when you start having those like negative feelings where you're like, you know, starting to bring you down, you know, especially after situations like this or missing loved ones or something like that. He's like, see that negativity right there, and he's like a Southern guy, so he's like, you know, that negativity right there, that is Satan, you know, that is Lucifer. That's the deception. That's like the demon kind of thing, you know. Because you're doing great, you know. And, you know, these are the types of things and feelings that would probably push, like, you know, other people to usage or drugs, heavy amounts of alcohol, or, you know, worse decisions. So it's good, man. At least you got a wrap on it. You know what you're going through, and you know what you're experiencing. Shit, dude, me too, man. Well, I know those feelings. But hey, we can be lonely together. So what's that mean? What's that word? Laughs in from time to time. Shit. Well, make the best of it. And that's all you can really do. You're compensating because you do that waddle walk. You lean on your one heavier, you're doing that off-camber walk, you know. Yeah, I know. You've also walked like that for a while, you know. Just want to say, you've always done that. We all have a side, right? We all have a gain, one leg a little longer than the other, one more dominant leg, one more this. And I could just be so that'll be coming at a different time, but it's stronger in a weird way, so it's not having these other issues, but it'll have other issues.
Yeah, but hopefully when the car lands on you, it'll land on that leg and you'll be able to support it.
I know. Well, I'm planning, that's why I'm trying to build, you know, the ejector e-bike that is going to go like 75, and you're in Superman formation.
I don't know, I like the red thing. Is it going to be head first? So that's called the ramming.
I was also thinking about also making you stand like vertical, like in a pod, like kind of like something like from like, you know, like Deep Something like deep, yeah, like a phone booth, something out of like fucking Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah. I like the phone booth, like when you get in from the side.
Yeah, dude. It's kind of like it's just an interesting, more slender take on a carriage.
And then you're standing in there, and it responds to voice commands.
I know, it's like a Segway, but like much bigger, and obviously, when you get ejected, when that thing topples over, you're just gonna be in like a glass shrapnel machine. Ah!
Get ejected somewhere on turn three on Haleakala.
Yeah, it's really great. It's great for its like viewing. It's really great for its viewing though. You got like a 360 all around. There's no blind spots. Yeah. Or you do the other one, which is where you invert that and it's actually upside down, where you're hanging in one of those like inversion tables. But same idea. It's just the telephone booth, but inverted.
That one's called the Harry Houdini.
It's like the fucking put him on a rotating fucking thing. Throw knives at me.
Look at Harry Houdini. Upside down, filled with water.
Fucking Vitruvian, man. Just naked, suspended. Just cock out in the wind, but just like Maharaja's arms, you know?
As you're going down the hill, tour buses and stuff are naked looking.
I mean, there's just a million ways I do like the Harry Houdini, upside down, like in the water, in a glass tank. Yeah, upside down, suspended by your ankles, with a key. Like, it's, again, you said automated, so just imagine the future of electric cars in the future when they're that good, and you're gonna see people like that on the highway going 75, and there's gonna be a guy who is in a fucking clear tank, and the kid's gonna go, "Mom, look," and he's gonna look over, and there's gonna be a guy like, you know how they have to first like solve the puzzle box to get the key to then do the shackles on the feet. It's like, fuck, dude.
Although some of your insights into the whole like periscope is actually like a kaleidoscope.
Yeah. It's really, really great technology we've developed at Stoke Central. We've spent years developing it. Arachnid Vision. It's a 360 periscope with 92 windows oscillating around, so you have virtually no blind spots, but you also have actually no idea of what you're looking at and where you are. So we haven't yet figured out the AI that's going to connect.
I jammed a guy's drone the other night with my black light.
Nice. Shot it right out of the sky, like a sniper.
No, like I had the black light on. I just like patched like a weave of black light over it, and it went like, it like tried to skid away from the black light.
Wow. DJI just released their new standalone FPV drone that you can buy. Like, let's say you've got like all that rig that dude you had at the park today.
Yeah, that guy lose weight.
Yeah, he could just buy this and fly with everything he's got, and this'll pair up nicely with whatever he's got. It's $600. It fits in the palm of your hand, and it's really tiny. It's got prop protectors, and it's got a decent sized battery. So it's got impressive. Yeah, got plenty of flight time, and he can do the 360 barrel rolls, and it's like a mini whoop. It's a yeah, and then it's got all that protection. Like the way these guys fly these things, I mean, they can take some pretty good slams and bangs. And, obviously sport mode into a tree, you're risking anything. But I have seen even my drone, this guy took a sport mode full throttle into a tree and didn't actually break. No. There's a patch you can do. Like I could actually go into it's the flight controller. I would have to go into, and there's a few parameters you can fuck with and absolutely like negate the regular DJI software. It's also the controller. I need to have what's called like a 0G controller, one that actually doesn't hold the sticks at 0, 0, but ones that hold it at like 0, -100. So then that left stick, like those controllers, actually the left stick is sitting all the way down. Think of it like almost it's slack. And it has tension. It has tension on the left and right, on the pitch, but no tension on the yaw. So when you push this thing forward, that's your throttle. And how they like imagine it in different positions, right? That throttle, like I think they divided it into 5 positions: 10% power, 20, 30%, the throttle. So that's your potentiometer for throttle, basically. And then your left stick is again, orbital, like you've got now pitch, yaw, and roll, right? So pitch, yaw, and roll on that stick, and that's how with the combination of throttle, pitch, yaw, and roll, that's how they do that. And then loss of throttle. So when how they'll do it is like, I watched the thumb videos of these guys, and how they're doing these rolls. You know, when they do like a full barrel roll, that's throttled and lessening the throttle, and then doing like a 0 throttle, like a real quick like zoom, and then they do like a spin flip at the exact same time, and it throws it like that, right? And then they have to like catch it again with more. It takes a lot of practice from what I you're not just gonna pick the shit up and fly it, you know. But the DJI software controllers are a little bit more like video game controllers, and that is more like throttle, pitch, yaw movement, not so aggressive. You can do some tricks, and you can definitely do it. It's just a little bit more like controlled, and it has all the like auto braking. It's gonna try its best to actually do like flight path awareness, where there's like other full analog racing drones. That shit's just, dude, I don't see the point in that. That's a lot of money. That's like the race car. That was like the old RC race cars. Those were a lot of money, and you just slam them into like a fucking car parking lot, right? Those little gas things that people used to tweak on. Yeah, and I think the smaller drift, the one like, what is it, like 1 to 30 scale or 1 to 50 scale, like RC cars, that's kind of big on indoor stuff, but you know, I think electric's there for a lot of that, and people would love it. Yeah, I think that stuff's fun, but I'll just say from a guy who's even pretty in shape, like, it's uncomfortable, you know, you got no suspension, you're riding 2 inches off the ground, and, you know, you're sore the next day riding that shit, you know? You want something comfortable, man, you know? And the world is all about screaming luxury and, you know, Andrew Tate, you know, fucking I drive super yachts, that kind of shit, like, so we should go for that. But there is also the counterculture, like, I don't care if it looks ugly, I love the feeling, go fucking Steelers, you know, that kind of shit. So I think all worlds really exist. They're all represented very really. I look at a lot of social media. I study this kind of stuff, what's trending, why it is, what would draw it.
What's the skills build right now though? Like if you're gonna custom build, would you still go like a front wheel drive?
If I was gonna do my ultimate custom build is well, it's kind of like hard, right? Because it's like I've experienced all these different like kind of ways, and there's one that I haven't done yet, which is like a recumbent style, which ultimately you're getting away from. Is it even a bike anymore? Once we go there, you're almost at a car, you know. So
Have you seen the people that looks like a semi-recumbent? Where you
Yeah, and then they got the angle of that seat you can really play with. I've seen on ones. You know, you got one wheel in the front, two in the back. You got two in the front, one in the back. You know, I've seen a lot of different ones that I really like. I've seen the ones with the little over, kind of like the sunshade thing coming over your head, where you're sitting up, but your feet are really out. Yeah, I mean, I something about that like makes me feel like. I mean, I know once it gets going, but it's like when we talk about if you're really gonna ask me like what am I gonna like something like because you know I'll be riding down the road and I'm just like, yeah, you know this you know you got what makes this not dangerous and you know because you get those questions a lot you know immediately. You know, people won't even ride bicycles on sidewalks because they think, oh, you know, it's like dangerous out there, you know. So it's like you got to think about that. Yeah, you know, I think the balance on those comes really back into a factor, probably more than a regular bicycle. So, but I have never ridden one. But I can only imagine being on your back like that, pedaling like that, and drawing from a different core energy. I know it's actually more of a workout. I'm pretty sure that's, you know, having your feet tight, like basically being like a crunch, doing like a fucking crunch all the time with your feet.
Well, the other one, you gotta get your nuts like right where the rocks come at you. You know what I mean? The other one, you got your legs up in the.
Yeah, but you reinforce like a plate, you know. Yeah. You protect it. You protect your way.
So you build a saddle kind of like Chernobyl, made out of lead plates.
Well, I mean, again, you know, that's thinking like that. Why don't you know we build it like a quad, but then we just like put on like a Super 73 saddle and you're sitting on it like a fucking Can-Am ATV. You know, I don't even know. You know, again, going back to an electric quad would be like the ultimate because you have the stability. You could fucking all-wheel drive that thing.
Didn't I find one of those that was like it was like 6 kilowatt? It made up in North Carolina someplace.
Yeah, definitely.
What was that thing called?
Probably got lost in the feed now. Hard to say.
Yeah, that was before COVID, I think. All that shit went down before COVID. After COVID, a whole brand new world out there, baby.
I know.
What about a mid-drive, man?
Well, I think I would do that on that build. It would be a mid-drive for sure.
Like a modified drive? A Fang mid-drive?
I mean, whatever is the best power, right? I don't know. I think so.
You gotta get that rear tire fixed before Alex gets there.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do it like tomorrow. I took off Thursday. He's flying in Thursday night, so that'll be like my last day to get some stuff done and kind of prepare. And
You gotta take the whole tire off the back,
yeah, what I was gonna do I was just gonna like set the frame up on this thing and make it easy on myself and just loosen the bolts and then just like drop it down and like just right out just a little bit and then I mean shit, you know, maybe he'll even would want to help me with that, you know, because he's always working on his shit. He's always like working on his MGB, doing electrical stuff. He's good at soldering. He's got a 3D printer. He's kind of into a lot of different shit, you know. His dad's has a cool workshop that they do a lot of projects and stuff together. So.
Edge got a 3D printer.
Yeah, we got one somewhere, but like none of that shit's like it's just like fucking possessions, dude, you know? Like, I'm sure we could do some crazy shit with it, but all they do in the manufacturing department is they make these tags. That's about it.
The tags on the pole.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and these CNC machines just like cut them out like all day long. You know, it's like shareware. You know, you just plug these files into this program, and it'll just cut out whatever you want, right? So that's why I was like, fucking, you know, I'm over here like they're selling these dollar tags, and I'm like, you know, we could make one wheel rails for $1,000 a piece, but you know, whatever. Nobody wants to talk about that right now. I want to talk about more. I want to talk about more telephone poles, which most of the telephone poles are failing and going all underground anyway. So I love it that it's this huge push to like get these poles done. But the truth is all of these poles are gonna fail, and then they're just gonna have to be turned into underground permits, and the work's gonna have to be redone in a different way.
Now you guys got your foot in the door for underground surveying.
Yes, yeah. We have an entire underground department. It's kind of silly. See me, we're gonna build a customer this time, then we'll bill them again, and like I'm over here just like, oh my god, dude, just like fucking chewing on a fucking bone, you know, just like sucking the juice all out of it by the time it's done. And this is the process. This is how it's always been. So I don't even get stressed about it anymore. No one's called my production up for any other reason, but it's like I got this one job that is getting a little aged in my possession, and it's kind of my focus now to get done. And that one will probably go aerial. That one will be okay. But yeah, just like fuck, dude, the way they suck the meat out of these fucking bones, dude.
That's Florida Power and Light, and
Yeah, it's all because of the system they've created, because Florida Power and Light builds their shit to, you know, bare minimum standards, and they do that so that they can own the airspace theoretically, so that if anybody attaches on the pole, it does fail. So that there has to be this huge shit show and kadoo of how we can get them on the pole. It's, you know, but then I get really lucky. Like the one job that I am trying to get closest to completion of the few in my name, was a good job because you can just look at the poles and there's just nothing on them. So it's like, okay, when it comes to the proposal of putting the attachment where it is, you can just fucking go anywhere. Yeah, just put it up there. Everything's green to go, looks good, poles pass, thumbs up, awesome, fucking no big deal. But it is quite time consuming when you've got, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attachments up there. You have to go through, label all those, really just to know that ultimately you're just gonna have to tell the customer that this isn't fucking possible. And, you know, when it comes back, we're not gonna have to see it again. So, again, no complaints there. It's just kind of like, we already know it's gonna fail, and something about that is probably something you just don't need to be emotionally attached to, and it's just, again, part of the game. Go through the fucking process, and you know, it's just the air is too crowded right now. It's just, we got to start boring underground. There's a lot more room in the earth along the sidewalk than there is.
or run a parallel line on the other side of the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which a lot of people fucking do that, right? Go ahead and start a whole new line, which is a huge endeavor and a huge project. But yeah, something that could totally be done. I think there's always answers, there's always options, and it doesn't matter. Our company's just gonna keep on continuing no matter what. But yeah.
For some of the stuff, it's lines are almost obsolete, man.
Yeah, fiber to the home and stuff. That stuff. So I mean, it's glass up there. You know, huge bundles of actual glass. Talking way heavier than any of the shit they used to put up in the sky. So, That was a brief, man. Like antennas, yeah. You see very few antennas, and antennas isn't consistent. You know, you can't. The way to truly and healthily pump microwave, you know, we even know that Wi-Fi ain't that good for us. You know, and to healthily cook it, yeah, you know, we're already being cooked as it is. So, I think hardwire though is just is the future for everything, you know, and even like sci-fi films and things that we kind of play around with, you know, even in like far future memories, right? When Star Wars and shit, like she had to plug into R2D2, you know what I'm saying? C-3PO or like Stargate or any of that shit, like yeah, you do see hints of like telecommunication, right? But you always see, and I'm talking any genre and any multiverse, that's a consistent. That, you know, unless it's like full extraterrestrial, like full, like, you know, we like, that is in the lore, that they're beyond that, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, even in the, like, we're talking about guys with spaceships and hyperdrives and all this stuff, and he still needed to use tools and spanners to work on, you know, like, you know, things with plasma and all this stuff. So I always thought that very, very interesting. You know, so yeah, I just think data is going to get actually even more connected. You know, just because of the amount of data that people want, and they want it now.
Fiber optics over copper wire.
Yeah. Yeah. You can transmit thousands of gigabytes of information in a second. You know, and they're putting actually fiber optic to the home now over here. So instead of a cable. Well, you need to get it on an unlimited data plan that then you can have internet tethering from your phone. And your phone is now a hotspot, because most phones have a 5G hotspot in them. But if you don't have an unlimited data plan, then you're just going to blow through your data, and then you're going to get restricted. And then, I mean, will you notice? Yes. Most people suffer through it. But I'm on we've got like super unlimited data plan. We still get restricted, but just not as bad as like when you're on like the lower plans. So
I still run PDA net that I've been running for 30 years.
Oh, I don't know. You
I've never paid for internet ever.
yeah. Or another way you can do it is there's things now called VPNs, which is a verified personal network. Or private network or personal network, and what you can do there is then you just buy and rent out an allotted dedicated server from something that is a little bit more you know, dedicated, you know, and you can have it anywhere in the world, and you can just a way of accessing information, internet pipeline, data, virtual desktop. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do now. Like, you don't even have to own a computer. You can just use a computer virtually from anywhere. And you don't actually have to be there at it. So there's places and offices and places I've heard of that they have people there that they can set up these machines that, I mean, they're not even actual computers, but it's just like, they're just a series of modems and hard drives, right? And these series of modems and hard drives are virtual desktops that people can just link to. And, you know, it's becoming very cloud-based in that way, which Alpine, we just kind of switched over to. You know, we were on a lot of hard drives and a lot of servers in a server room, and we had a cloud backup, and now it's the opposite. There's like a server backup, but now we're operating mainly out of the cloud, so all we ever have to do is have an internet. We don't even have to have laptops, we don't have to have desktops, we don't have to have anything. We just need need to be. We can log into the website from anywhere in the world with an internet device, and we can work. So.
Can you work from home right now, or?
It's discouraged. It's discouraged just because, you know, it's doesn't seem to be, you know, judging on production as a company corporate standard. No, you know, it's just not feasible. But are there a few people working from home, and are there some, you know, distant people and clients? Yeah, there are. But we're just trying to keep it like office because there's so many questions and there's so much shit, and there's no productivity when you're not like kind of being pushed to the grindstone in a way. I'll relate to that, you know.
Yeah. I would think though if your immune deficiency, you know, immunodeficiency gets much worse, you'll have to work from home. You know what I mean?
Mine?
Yeah. If you can make one up, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I don't mind going to the office, you know. I wouldn't get anything done if I didn't. So.
If you came over here and worked from the office or worked from the house, if you came here, you would have all your work done before they got there in the morning.
It's just nice being. I will say this though, it is nice being in the office if you really want to ask questions, if you want to talk to people, you know, because someone can look at your desktop, they can virtually, you know, talk you and walk you through things. But sometimes when you have people there, or you know, it has its benefits, it's got its negatives. I'm not gonna like.
I think you've come around a lot, man, to come to those decisions. That's how you do.
It is what it is, you know.
No, but I appreciate whatever that growth is, whatever that came about.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, I mean, it is what it is. That's all I can say. I'm working for a higher purpose than that as well. I'm trying to help out family. I'm trying to do good. I don't even care about the paycheck. That's where everybody gets all screwed. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, if you ever really need a job, if you're so desperate, dude, I got jobs for you to do. And then that's how we can go down, you know, how we can just turn the whole frown upside down is, you know, my retarded father, like, returned home after many years to, like, be a handyman for his, like, son's, like, e-bike garage.
His fingers were all blown off.
Yeah.
Blown off. Decompression.
I know, and they blown off and replaced with fucking Johnson's sausage brats, and that's they look like fingers, but they're really just sausages that they attach fingernails onto.
They call me Mr. Baller.
Brata. They call me the Brata. B-R-A-T-T-A.
Are you still doing your
Oh yeah. All the time. You know, just you know, whenever I feel like it.
Yeah.
It's not a necessity all the time, but definitely is my choice. Choice over anything, you know, and I don't do anything else. So. I mean, I still have a couple. I still have like 4 packs. Sometimes it comes in waves. Sometimes more, sometimes less. 4 16-ounce cans. Yeah, but numbers lie, so.
I just do a simple 4. Are we talking a 4-pack of flushers?
Yeah. Nah, that's a mean bitch. It's actually so big it's uncomfortable. It's probably what fucking like women when they're like trying to like suck a big dick feel like. Like I feel like I can only just like kiss it, put my lips to it. Like I can't get my mouth around it. Fucking, it's like supposed to be a manly beer, but I feel somewhat fucking effeminate kissing this goddamn fucking hog. This fucking lap hog. Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, you were funny the other day. I was talking, and I could tell you did a good bed. You kept on doing your stuff like that. Finally, you missed and you ran for a while.
No, I was tired, but I was also doing that thing where I'm thinking and I'm walking around and I'm trying to do some last minute shit that I didn't get to do because I put it off, which ain't nobody's fault but mine. Goddamn fucking wires. Billy. Billy! Find me a way out of this hole. Shit. I wish I could.
What time is it?
Not nap time yet, because if I go to bed now, then it's not gonna be right.
What time you get up in the morning?
As late as I possibly can, to put as much stress on my morning routine as possible. Why? Have you heard of it? Isn't that what everybody does?
I'm up at 2 a.m. I can't sleep.
Yeah.
The only reason I go back to bed is because the sun starts coming up at 2 in the morning and pitch black.
I haven't having such trouble sleeping. Listen, when I didn't have a job, I used to go to sleep to like the sex scene in Conan the Barbarian, you know, when he's with that like witch, and it's like, and she's like, and I would be and it didn't bother me, right? Hour-long movies, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, fucking all, right? That's what I'd go to sleep. That's what I'd go to sleep to. I have a job now. I have to listen to 432 hertz like Terrence McKenna, like Mind Awakening. Like you are only a fictional conscious dream. Like fucking yeah. Borderline seance, borderline healing therapy.
How about just black screen thunderstorm?
Oh, no, because then it's just like I'm like I feel like I'm drowning. It's like the water's rising right up to the bottom, the bed level. Yeah. Like, fire! Woman, won't you walk my way? Oh no, that was Danzig. I felt like it was kind of like coming, like very Doors-esque.
It was the Doors. It was a killer on the road.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way.
And I would always sing it like this at work. I'd go like, oh yeah. Tell your children not to come out and play.
For what you see, what you need, mama. Oh, dude, that tell me that shit's fire, dude. In the morning, you want to get fucking woke up, fucking, and then when that chorus comes in, down, down. 1 miles, we'll sit all night. Well, if you wanna fight hell with me. That's a really great one to be coming down the line, like on a really packed wave, like Mama.
Tell your children not to come out.
Just with little and oh, dude, I'm surprised I haven't been chased out of the lineup over all the years. I just don't, honestly, dude. Like, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna do? You know?
They're gonna spend the night in jail. Come on, big pussy.
Yeah. Elon Musk actually said something really, really great today in a reel. He said, I think people who talk a lot of shit have never been punched in the face. Because he's like, if you have ever like really been punched like right in your nose, like really hard, you'll listen to anything that like anybody has to say and it won't bother you. Oh, that's what it was. He's like, you're like, what is your response to like the haters or this kind of stuff? He's like, how do he's like, oh well, a lot of people say like words hurt and everybody's worried about labels and like, you said this, it hurt me, you labeled me this, it hurts. And he said those people have probably never actually like been really physically hurt. Because if you had been, you wouldn't,
Words ain't nothing.
Yeah, words ain't nothing. You let people talk shit all day long before you like mouthed off and received like a pop in the face or anything like that. Yeah, he's smart. Another guy I think who is pretty he's an absolute animal, but I still think he's entertaining to watch is Conor McGregor, the UFC fighter. And just some of the fucking things he says and does, and I mean, obviously, it's that like, see, I do think there is something about that primal mentality that is a good thing to acquire as far as like achieving goals, dreams, motivation, but you obviously, I like to seal that off with like a nice level of like emotional sanity, fucking mental awareness, like I don't think I should go and be beating people up for a living, right? Like I'm gonna draw the line at certain things, but I do pull from that primal, like, I look at a person like that and how he came from being like 132 pound fucking nobody to like, millionaire fucking champion, I get it, you can study the art, but you don't have to like become this fucker, right? So, funny guy though, just his interviews and stuff and the things, and just sometimes when people say things, you're like, wow, and it's the same thing like when I heard Frank Zappa interviews, or when you hear anybody say something really like smart or like profound, you just kind of stand back for a second, you're like, okay, whoa, that's awesome,
Yeah.
In the van life. Hey, that is a place where many people are coming here. They want to be you, dude. They would love to be where you're at right now.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That dude that was the weed grower up in Portland.
Uh-huh.
He thought it was the heat.
Exactly, yeah. Listen, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, so many people would love to be.
Then I showed him my shower. I made it back. He said, "Unreal, man. How'd you do that?" I said, "Just took a knife and cut a hole up here. You know what I mean? It didn't take any skill."
Yeah, but it takes the mind. It's not about skill sometimes. It's the mindset. It's not about that you broke the barrier that much. Kid Rock and Wendy's. Shuts her phone off. She doesn't tell the mom, and then mom gets older, and she's like, well, I had to take myself to the emergency room, and mom's like, what the fuck? Like, I had no idea. Are you okay? And she's like, well, you know, I was going into like septic shock because like my leg was. windy, brah.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, no. I ain't worried. I typically do that to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My freaking leg, buddy. I don't know what it is.
Well, you know, since you got all this time, you've mentioned quantity of time a couple, repeatedly. So, I would go ahead and I would put that time into break that down into, because I know your physical therapy is like a fucking joke or whatever. You take it as that way, which is fine. But start, do that little research, man. That little bit of the shit I always told you to do. This a little bit of stretching, man. And unfortunately I'm not there with you to do it with you, which I know you love. But you gotta kind of you gotta build that personal practice, which is the hardest part. And I know you know that because you're a great musician. You're a great self-taught fucking everything. You've self-taught yourself so many wonderful things, and this one is not. Fuck all that yoga practice, right? I'm talking about. I'll even go and I'll try to, because I know what is ailing you, and I'll try to send you a little video. I'll find a little link that's like a little short, 5-minute little, just like this is the form, this is the move. Somebody who's like fucking solid to even listen to. And if you just start working into, it's your lower back, your hips, and the front of your hips, your psoas, and just your whole kind of groinal girdle, and your ass cheeks. You've got really tight muscles. Your ass cheeks and everything. It's like they're rock hard, man. It's not supposed to feel like that, So
I like firm butt
I know, but it's also like your ass is like always been very slender and very like kind of, you never really had an ass. Your pants have always fallen off you. And I think you've got really tight the way, dude, I'm telling you, man, way before Hawaii, you were doing that walk. You were starting that shit a long time ago, dude. And like, no, I don't know what the fuck it was. I'm gonna be real, dude. It was, it all started when you got around your biggest with your weight. Because, when you didn't have your belly as much, you could stand a little taller. Your lower back is now extending. You try to stand a little taller. That does that lower back curve thing. Not to mention you have extreme odd mannerisms, and you're very flamboyant. And I'm not disregarding that jumping out of a truck at an odd angle, maybe at your age and at your weight, is exactly how you hindered yourself. But you got to know that for a long time you've been carrying around a little too much extra weight. And now when you first got out to Hawaii, though, I saw the pictures. You were really thin, really, maybe unhealthily thin. So, it's just coming back to that middle ground, bro. And you know what? Being fat and happy and fed and Trina and Botana and everything you experienced, that's exactly what you've reaped the benefits of a home in a household. And that's fucking good shit. That's good shit, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. And you could still surf and you can still do all these things and you can still do that. But, yeah.
I'm gonna get back to normal again, you know what I mean?
Then you're gonna, dude, I'm going through a little bit of the same thing right now, is, if I don't radically do some changes in my life, then I will not live a good life. I could die sooner than later. I am also not gonna be present. The days are gonna go by. I'll be looking in the mirror wondering what the fuck,
Yeah.
So, you know, but we're all mirroring similar things at different times in our life because this is the human fucking experience. It's not, dude, it's fucking, I watched this probably one of the stupidest but most inspirational things I saw recently was this like artist did this like trippy art piece called Pepe the Frog. And it's like a 5-minute long video of just like you ever seen like those videos you're like supposed to watch and they're like supposed to make your mind melt when you're like on mushrooms or acid or whatever? So it's kind of like that, and but it's all from the perspective of this little frog. So it's like this little frog, but he's doing kind of human things. Like this frog, he's like at work, right? And like another frog boss walks in, and he's like, and he holds up a note. And he's like, "You're fucking fired." And then like immediately, like you zoom into the frog's eyes, and it's like a teardrop falls, and then that explodes into like a drop in the ocean, and then there's more frogs like him swimming, and it's like this. So you like keep diving in and in and in, right? So then like you dive into the group of tadpoles swimming. And they're really like just a bunch of semen getting squirted out of like a frog who's like making like frog nut, like while he's like fucking this frog prostitute. then like, you know, so like this dude, it gets like really, and the music is always like really intense and awesome too. And they'll give you these like 45-second snippets of what they call like frog lore. So you like it, but what it is actually, if you break it down on a psychological level, why it hits so hard is you're seeing shit you can relate to on an animated, illustrated level with the audio-visual connection. It allows you to actually like hit harder than if you saw like human beings doing that shit, right? It actually creates this whole kind of really, really great effect, and because it's.
You lower your resistance.
Dopamine is immediately enhanced because now you're not like, you could take a snippet from a movie and how they similarly will cut lines and create something new. Okay, sample work, right? But this was something that the music was original and the illustration was original. The idea was, I was completely, you're right, I had no resistance, I was completely open to it, and then the information I was getting handed was like everything that I needed to understand. But that whole like life within a life within a life within a dream, that whole circle thing, I love that kind of animation because the creativity to like, and also the humor. One of them was like, you know, there's again, Pepe, he's like a frog golfer. And he like puts the ball down and he just like fucking slams it. And the ball hits the green. But the ball like unravels when it hits the green, and it's really just a Pepe the Frog who was curled up.
A little egg.
Like a little egg. And he like, he opens up and you see that it's the frog, and he skirts like all the way to the hole, and his face is like dangling over the hole, right? Of the golf course. He looks inside the hole of the golf course. There's 4 little Pepe the Frogs playing poker in there. looking up at him like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, oh my god, like mind blown, right? Like, that shit, it actually brings me joy, right? That kind of little insignificant fucking shit. But then I dive into that and I'm like, wow, that's art. That's the power of art and music in like 60 seconds of somebody's time, dude. So that's been my little getaway. Like, that shit brings me more. That relaxes me, you know. With all this high stress world, is watching something so disassociative as is that, but I can still take something from it.
I like that stuff. And when you're watching it, it like drops your brain down into a lower gear. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I'll watch it again and again and again. I want to know more. Like, break it down, memorize it. There's another guy, again, like, this is just the world of beautiful content that can really like soothe you. There was another guy, this Canadian guy. Every video is, and
this is also consistency in content. You know, we wouldn't want this so much from music, because eventually we want something a little different riff, we want something similar but different. But the whole like TikTok world, and sometimes people find comfort and familiarity with consistency. So this guy, he always talks in the same voice. He's always very soothing. He's like very low, very calming. And every video, very well done, is he'll prepare, and this is like some guy, obviously like Vancouver, maybe a little bit more like northern Canada, definitely in the woods, and he will go out, man. And his videos are all TikTok, so I can give you kind of like hyperlinks into them. Some of the Instagram shit's hard to share, but these ones are cool. And he'll take like, he starts off and he'll just be like, hey, afternoon, buddy. And he'll like, whatever beverage he's drinking, he'll like hand you one, like through the screen. You know, he'll pop the top for you and he'd be like, here you go, here's like a nice pop, you know, like a ginger ale or like a nice like zesty beer or something. You know, always showing you what flavor, gets your mouth kind of watering. And he's like, how about you know, having a little trouble sleeping, let's make a little snack. And he's like at an open campfire in the middle with like a little snow going down, and he'll like make this like, what did he even make, dude? He did like Doritos encrusted fucking chicken tenders over like an open skillet, like at the campfire. And you know, and not like fancy eats, man, not like fancy grinds, right? Like, because I told you I don't like that fucking like all that prepared shit. It's all going in my stomach. I don't really give a fuck. I don't want all that emotional connectivity to the food. I kind of just want it. It was more like the whole ambiance he created. It wasn't about the flavors or the zing or the zest or all the preparedness. It was just Ziploc bags and campfire jams. I think maybe too it reminded me of how we were when we were, you know, always camping, and he had all the cast iron shit, and it was just good. And he had his 2 dogs with him. I never see a bitch, which I really appreciated. And it was just him and his 2 dogs, and he's just making fire food, and the way he delivers it, and like signs off, it's just so peaceful, and it's just like, hope you have a good day, you know, and all this. And it's like, you know, of all the things to do, like of all the content create, of all the media we have out there, I think there was definitely a need for this type of media. You know, we had news, we had Hollywood. No, we needed to see more of the personal ways that you can like live your fucking life, you know? And I know a lot of people talk a lot of shit about it, but for me it's been insanely positive for my mental health, you know?
There used to be this guy that used to talk like that, was like Jack Handy.
Jack Handy.
Jack Handy. And he would be like on, it was like a serious radio show, you know?
One guy I know, local guy, was the 90.7 guy, John DiLibretto, which would be like at 11:30 p.m. on 90.7, like WNPR, public supported radio kind of shit.
Yeah.
He came on at 11:30. John DiLibretto, and he had this amazing radio voice, and very ambient soundscape, all this kind of new tech, new wave coming out, and yeah, you know, I've definitely got a voice made for radio, and I think you do too. I mean, the podcast. I really am growing up. I mean, listen, I got several hundred followers across multiple platforms. Mitch has always talked about the big leagues, talked about really promoting something as far as a channel goes. And, you know, I've kind of been dipping my wick in all of these ways you do that medium. Obviously, video, photography, podcasting, streaming, you know. So I do foresee a really great outlet in the future that I want to build, and I want to, you know, create for everybody. You know, a place where we could, you know, interview, and this is kind of like what Stoke Central I think will be in the future. My hope and goal is I sign up behind. So I'm not selling anything I don't believe in. And, you know, we can talk, you know, I'd love to be that guy. I see these podcasts, I see these interviews, and I'd love to be that guy getting in touch with locals as well as I'd love to talk to big people, you know, I'd love to connect with things, you know, but not even for the sake of like, what can I get out of it, but the admiration that comes with just that kind of style of, you know, I don't know, content and everything, you know, it's not all about you, you know, you know, you can only do so much, and then you really see all the successors out there and all the people that have really made waves. They latch on, they link up with people, they make great connections with people. You know, it doesn't have to be everybody, but, you know, so, yeah, man, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited about a lot of things. See, we start talking about that shit, I get all excited. I could go all night long, you know, so. I'm fired up when it comes to that stuff, but man, I still, you know what I still got? This is how good I take care of shit, man. I still have a sustain pedal from Radio Shack that we bought as an addition to the Casio keyboard because I'm sure the Casio keyboard didn't come with one.
No.
So.
No, I tried to make it as good as I could, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but hey, how about that? This sustain pedal is probably 19, 20 years old. And it's just a plastic little box. And I've always thought it's gonna break just like any day. And it just won't. It is just the littlest, it is the coolest thing, man. And
What about the old, the wah-wah pedal, man?
I think the wah-wah pedal got either like stolen or I lost it somewhere. It might be at like one of our houses with my old guitar, like, cause I still have like a half stack, like in a bunch of musical gear, like at one of our houses that we just kind of like, you know, it started getting worked on, and then it was that, then we moved to the new house, and then it was that, and I moved out, and I never came back for it. It's just all shit laying there. I mean, obviously I don't fucking miss it very much because I'm not crying myself to sleep about it every night, so it's just minor possessions, man. But it will split my mind when I start thinking about it. I start getting fucking stressful because I start thinking of responsibility and ownership and what, you know, when I finally go find it and it's all fucked, you know how bad I'll feel or some shit like that, and you know, so I definitely deal with that. And it's like I gotta be real with myself, which is like, well, you didn't fucking miss it, you know, for the 7 years you didn't have it, so it must have not meant that much to you. Oh, automatic. Yeah, I only think of the good times. Levy, you're such a scaredy cat. That literally was like paper rubbing together, and she tripped out.
I love you, buddy. I'm gonna go, man.
I love you too, Daddy. Hey, you enjoy. Get some rest, dude. Take it easy. Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right.
Yeah. Hey, I'm happy you got your place to yourself again.
Me too, man. I'm dialing it in. I'm feeling good about it. I appreciate you, and call me anytime.
Love you, buddy. Bye-bye.
Love you too. Be safe. Chill! What is up, my people, my dudes? Cleaning my room. Let's get the vibe going. Let's get the chair back over here. Excuse me. Just gotta turn on the PS4 for ambient light because I can't stand my ring light. Ooh, I'm a blue boy. I'm a blue boy. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Coming to you live from multiple channels. We are live on Twitch, YouTube, let's see what else. Twitter. We're live on 2 Facebook pages. Wow. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing amazing. Go ahead. Whatever you're looking on, give a like, a comment. Tell me how you're doing today. This is a message to everybody, all right? This is a message to everybody. We're watching some crazy drivers over here. We don't want to be like these people, but that's just something to keep you entertained. Because look at this guy. Oh my God! And they're just gonna take off. Wow. Anyway, welcome to Charge and Chill. We've been doing this for a while on a couple different platforms. I think my mic's on. Yep, you should be able to hear me. We got some lo-fi beats in the background. We're keeping it chill. So this is supposed to be chill, but I unfortunately am just so hyped up right now. I am just so happy. We are starting something really fresh, and yeah, you know, it's gonna be September 1st here in a few days. We're getting really excited. I'm gonna have my friend Alex coming all the way down from Long Island, and it's gonna be awesome. And we're just getting the place ready. Oh, here comes in Lovey Dog. Hi, Lovey Dog. Official mascot of Stoke Central, the Black Stallion herself. So yeah, you know, we're really excited. So wanted to kick off by kind of starting something new, and that's a couple different series we're going to be going through over the next few weeks, days, months. Hard to really say, but we're going across all different platforms. So want to be coming at you guys from, you know, Facebook or Twitch or YouTube or however you really like to connect and engage. We're going to be there, you know. Comment if there's something that you want to see us on, or there's a platform out there that you want to support. You know, we want to grow. TikTok is now going live, right? So eventually I'm going to be on TikTok live, and we're just going to be broadcasting the things we've been doing, making beats, playing games, hanging with our friends online, you know, really chasing those experiences and contacts and connections, communication with everything. So I think I've rambled on long enough. I'm sure there's something else I wanted to say. Yeah, we might get in a couple games of Warzone. I was thinking about making a beat before bed, kind of tidying up this room a little bit, so forgive me if I step away. I'm not being rude. But yeah, if you guys happen to tune in or just tuning in, you know, just give a like or give a comment. I don't care if you like it as much as I just want to know how you're doing. I want to talk to you guys. Hope you're having a great day. It's Wednesday tomorrow. And then I'm going to take a couple days off work, and you'll be seeing a lot of me. I know Alex is going to be streaming with me. I want to set up I got to get his little setup. We got to get him ready. So, dude, I'm excited. I will pull up a game. I will pull up a game. We'll play something fun. We're gonna keep it real happy. Maybe some Fall Guys or something. And then we'll make a beat, because we do that every night, no matter what. We do make a beat, like all the time. See what I say about the PS4 with the ambient light? This is nice. Oh, what is this, e-scooter? What is this thing? What is that little bike, dude? That thing is sick. Wow. Ripping on this. Look at this guy just flying on the streets. Absolutely just. Electric is definitely a cool bike because of the removable battery that then, of course, into the. You can actually carry an extra battery, which is kind of cool. Ooh, will the voice? Oh, do I have to have that into an actual speaker for it to actually like transmit? I almost was looking over at my phone for a second. It's been so while since I've gone through this platform. I'm like, I didn't know there was a webcam, so it's awesome. Oh, I'm looking a little. Look at him. Okay. Okay. No sound on Fall Guys? I mean, not that we want sound. It's like literally the most. Oh, yeah, it definitely crapped out on me. The audio input, video capture device. Oh, did I unplug it? Nah, I think just every now and then you just gotta unplug and replug that thing, huh? You do not need to hear the sound effects for Fall Guys. If anybody hops in chat right now and tells me I want to hear the sound effects to Fall Guys, I don't want to hear it. Because I did have someone the other day that was like, oh, I really want to hear the sound effects to Call of Duty. I'm like, over this beautiful music? Let's do everything you want to do. But absolutely great day today. You know, got the work done. Came home, a little bit of housework, a little bit of laundry, a little bit of nussness, a little food, a little nosh. Oh, it is coming through now. Oh, it's because I had to just reset the audio interface. Well, that's probably too much audio. All right, we'll cut this audio off. We're gonna do we'll do the follow. Yeah, and if you guys don't yet follow my, music page, it's just, you got to have a page, this is my personal profile, but I want to give you my personal, but I also want to give you guys, that business mindset too, right? We got to go business mindset. All right, I kind of want the sound. Oh my God. Dude, this is... I'm not gonna make it on this one. I feel like I'm just sheep. I'm one of the sheep. I'm going to work. This is like going to work. Look at me sheeping.
Don't. Dive. I remember this one. I remember this. Forget all that crap. You never get hit on the left either. Little cheat right there. Dive out the left here. Diving. Not really diving, running, but now we're gonna dive. Oh! Yo! 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 Oh! Nice! Dude, I did not know there was a little bouncy right there.